Hello everyone, it's a lovely Friday afternoon here, the 12th of July. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon here in Australia. Now I am going to do a 2-page, well basically a 4-page spread today in our little art journal. Now I'll be working on, I don't know what I want to put on this background, yet. I will have a think about that. It's been so noisy around here these past couple of days. We've had roadworks going on in our area and outside our house, but like just next door, they were digging up the road for the last 2 days, and it was just crazy noisy. And the traffic, it's just crazy around here, very noisy. So I'm going to explain what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a window in this page, and I'm going to be using some of the microfilm that I have. Now, so what we need to do is 2 pages here. This obviously is going to get stuck together, so we don't need to, because the window will go in here. So we don't need to decorate that. And I've done this over the last couple of days while there's been noise going on. Because, like I said, I haven't been able to record. I've also made, in the last couple of days, another journal. So while I'm waiting for something to dry in this one, I will have this one to work in. So I'm very excited about that. So yes, we shall get started on this one. So what I'm doing is I am adding some gesso to the pages, just to give it a bit of tooth so our products can stick to it. This is just a primer from Aldi's. When they had it on special there at Aldi's, I grabbed a couple of bottles, and I actually quite like it. It's very chalky, which is nice, especially working in these journals. So this page here I'm going to put on fairly thick because I want to have a crumpled paper effect on this side, because this will be basically our focal point with the window in it. So let's do this. If it gets too noisy, I'll have to pause, guys, because we have our neighbours next door who are swearing a little bit, as they do sometimes. So that's on fairly thick compared to this page, because I still want to see some undercolour on here, but we will on this one too. I'll just grab a magazine page from Better Homes and Gardens here that I ripped out just before in preparation. So I'll just put this down on here and see how much of this gesso or primer that I can pick up on here. A little bit more off. Oops, I just dropped my paintbrush. It's a good thing I have a drop sheet down because I'm so messy. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see what's happening there, but it's just a little bit of different texture to the other side. So I'll quickly give this a quick dry. I just dropped a tube of paint. I either need a bigger desk or I need to clean up my mess. One or the other. Alright. My handy dandy heat tool here. So what I will be doing after this is dry, is going over to the next 2 pages. I'll just grab a bit of deli paper here so I can put on here so it doesn't stick to the page. Now I will be moving on to these pages. I will be texturizing this one with the magazine, and I'll just be giving this one here just a basic coat. So while I'm doing that, I don't know if you want to sit here and watch me do it. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So I still want to be able to see some colour underneath, because that's the colour palette that we will be working on. So just give this a quick coat. Very excited about this. I've been itching to use my microfilm, and this is the chance to do it. So, and if anybody's needing some, I do sell it on my Etsy shop, and I do sell it on my website for international customers and Australian customers. Etsy, unfortunately, I only just sell to Australia, but if you want anything, message me and I can do a separate listing with US postage prices on it through Etsy. So just let me know if you're interested in purchasing any microfilm or anything else from my shop. A little bit of selfless plugging there, sorry guys. Definitely need a bigger bench. Now I don't want gesso all over that, so let me give that a clean before it dries. Catastrophe. Alright, pick up my rags. Right, let's go. Let's go. So we'll see how much we can pick up on here. Oh, look at that gorgeousness there. I might just put that aside and use that one actually. And I'll grab another piece from my book. It's just a Better Homes and Gardens magazine that I play around in. But now I have a new book to play around in. Oh, look at that. There we go. That's what I'm after. Okay, so I will give this a dry. And okay, everyone, I'm back. Now, what I'm going to do is I've got some oil pastels here. So I'm just defining and just adding a little bit more colour. Most of this will be covered up, but it just makes a few things on here stand out a little bit. So I've got something to work with. I don't know exactly what colour this is. It's yeah, one of them. I've got a darker blue here. So we'll be using blues and greens, if I have a green one. Yes, I do. I have 2 different colour greens. Let me just... Okay. So I'll use that dark one there. Yeah, so it'll be great when all this roadworks are finished around this place. Probably won't be for a couple of years though, the rate they're going. Because there's a lot to do out there. Okay, I think my recording stopped, but I haven't done anything else. I'm just going to pack up my oil pastels and bring in some paint. I'll just clean my paintbrush. Still got a bit of gesso on it. Oh, drag. Alright. So let's bring in some paints with the same kind of colours in it. Start off with a bit of maybe light blue. Now this is Kaiser colour. I'm not really a fan, but you use what you've got, right? I might put a bit there and a bit over here. To keep an eye on this recording, it says I can only record for 10 minutes for some reason. Okay, get rid of that. It's very light and very watery, this Kaiser colour. This stuff's a little bit different. This is an acrylic, thick stuff. Oh, that's a bit too much. That's okay. Waste not, want not, hey? Let me grab my little... I'll just move this out of the way, guys. So I do have way too much blue paint on there. So I'm just going to grab my handy dandy envelope journal and paint a page. As you can tell, I still work in this. Alright, so just let that dry over here. Bring this back down and spread it around. Yeah, that other blue was a little bit too light for what I require in this piece. So a bit of green. A little bit there. Oh, runny paint, this Kaiser colour. Really runny. Oh no, it looks like a mess. So what I will do is I will do this page. I'll show you this page and then we can move on to, and I'm going to bring in some yellow because I need to put a bit of my favourite colour in. And after this we will do some stenciling, guys, on top. So we'll wait for this to dry and we'll do some stenciling. Oh, look at that, all my favourite colours, yellow, blue and green, all mixed in together. I know it looks like a mess, but we can see basically how, if I hold this up maybe, it will all come together in the end, I promise. Well, I hope. Just make a mess and have fun, guys. That's what it's about. Experimentation and having fun. Now, I do have this pinky colour here. I don't know where this come from. I've never bought it. I don't own much pink, but I just want to add a little bit of colour to try not to make mud on here. So we don't want mud. Not yet. Oh, way too much paint. Oh, don't you just love that? You try and be clever and you end up making mess. All right. Ugh, all down the bottle. All right. Let me grab my envelope journal, guys. I know. See, I need a bigger bench, bigger table, bigger. All right, I've got a paintbrush in my mouth. Sorry, guys. I got no hands and a paintbrush in my mouth. Oh dear. Alright, so there's another page and a bit done. Because I can't get to my painty paper because it's underneath my cutting board. Alright, just move that aside. Now, bring you back down. Oh no, I'm prepared. I'm all over the place, as usual. Alright, now what I'm going to do is let that dry. I will do the other 2 pages very much the same colour palette. You get the hint. Then we'll come back after I've done these ones and we shall cut out our windows. And actually I'll put some texture paste down first, you know, brighten it up a little bit, and then we'll cut out our windows and we'll move forward from there. Okay, I'll be back soon. Okay everyone, I finished both sides, so we're right now to put the texture paste on. I'm going to try and use this, it's like a drywall tape. I'm pretty sure I got this in a some mail from Bonny and Clyde. If I mention anyone in this video, I'll leave their link below for you so you can check out their channel. I come across this today. I was actually looking for some sewing pattern paper because I know I have some, you know, the thin sewing paper. I know I have some, and for the life of me, do you think I can find it? I have like truckloads. The only bit I could find was this. So in my travels I did find some interesting things, and this was one of them, and also this. So I'll be using this. I've already cut off a piece for it. I'll be using this in our work. This also come from Bonny and Clive. So anyway, this is going to cut out soon because it's only letting me record every 10 minutes, which means that I'm going to have to get my husband to join the videos together. So after this finishes, he's going to have a look at it and figure out why it's doing what it's doing. I do have a palette knife here somewhere. I probably won't be able to find it until, oh, here it is, right here. All right. So this is just Montmartre modelling paste. I've had this like forever, and it's still good. So seems to last forever. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of this down just to add a bit of texture and see how this drywall tape works. Can you see? Yeah, min frame. It's good. There we go. Get rid of that bit. So there's that. Put a bit here. I don't want a lot. I just want a bit of texture here and there. Oh, that looks great. I'm having so much fun in this journal. I'll just turn it upside down. Oh, that messed that up. Alright. It can be fixed. It can be fixed. Alright. So definitely want that pattern and not a smear. There we go. So there's that. So what I'll do is I will let that dry, and I will come in with another stencil that I would like to use. And Okay guys, I'm back. Now hubby has fixed my camera, so now it won't cut out every 10 minutes. So by the time we join the other ones together, it was 20, I don't know how long this will be. But anyway, I've had to wait for this texture paste to dry. I've used my heat gun to help with the process. I've done both sides using that drywall mesh. I think that's what it's called. And that pink paint that I have no idea where it come from, because I know I didn't buy it. It's actually come through and tinted, I'm not sure whether you can see, it's tinted the texture paste, which I really like actually. Yeah, it's quite nice. Okay, so now that that's dry, I'm going to bring in another stencil. This is one that I use a lot on my jelly plate. Yes, I know it's dirty. The paint will probably come off, but I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. So I just want to add some brickwork here. I'm aiming for, because it's, you know, like a small journal page, I'm aiming for the little bricks. Just to help it, just add a little bit more texture, a little bit more to look at. Love it. I love it. All right, let me do this bottom corner so I don't smear up there. Just go in with that. This will all come together nicely in the end, guys. Okay. That's that. And I need a little bit more over this side, so I'll try not to smudge what we've done. I'll put that maybe that way. Yeah, I want that up in there. Be nice. It's very awkward. Sorry, guys. Ugh. But where there's a will, there's a way. That will do. That will do nicely. Okay, so now I just have to dry this side. Go in and do the other side exactly the same. This is a slow process, guys, so I will pause and I will be back once I've done the other side. Okay, the texture paste is dry. I've given myself a little bit of a head start, and I'm just grabbing some of Tim Holtz Distress ink. I'm using barn door on the brickwork, and I've used what was it, walnut on the Hessian texture. So what I'm going to do is duck over to the other side and do this one as well. So we'll do the brickwork. I love that colour. That is so nice. I hope you can hear me, guys. I'm trying not to yell because, like I said, it's been a noisy week, and I'm just trying to have some quiet time. Just, yeah, I don't handle noise very well. I'm getting too old, I think. So that's that done. I'm just dabbing some ink on a napkin here. Okay, let me go back in. I'll just grab my other one. It's here somewhere. I know it is. I do have two. There it is, hiding. It's hiding. You try and be organised, and this is what happens. All right, so I'm going back in with the walnut, and I'm just giving these a bit of a go over, just to take the white starkness off them. Not that it will help any, because I plan on getting my sandpaper and giving that a sand as soon as this ink's dry enough to sand. Rough it up a little bit. Excuse me, guys. All right. I'm happy with the way that looks right now. Look at that. Full of yummy, yummy, yummy texture. Beautiful. All right, now I'll be right back. I've just got to go and grab my sandpaper. Okay, I normally do my sanding outside for obvious reasons, but when I'm doing this, obviously, I have to do it right here. All right, let me get theirs out of the road and just make sure this ink is dryish. I don't want it to smudge. So what the sandpaper will do is just give it a bit of a rough up, with a bit of age about it. Okay. Well, it's still a bit wet. We don't want the heat gun too close. I don't want my gesso to bubble. I mean my this stuff, texture paste. I don't want it to really bubble. And I just, what have I dropped? I dropped something now. I'm throwing stuff around, guys. Let me see what I dropped. No, I dropped my water spray. I was going to do some dripping, spray drip, but I thought, no, I'll just give it a sand. Okay, how are we going here? Still a little bit wet. Thank goodness for pause. Okay, as soon as this is dry, I shall be back. Okay, it's dry enough. So what I'm going to do now is just give this a sand back. Sorry about the noise, guys. If it's too loud, I apologise. But sanding is not a quiet job. So I'll do these 2 pages and then I will take it outside. I'll do these 2 pages to show you the process. Then I'll take it outside and I'll finish the others so I don't cause too much noise for you, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got a bit sidetracked. I had to cook dinner because it's that time of the evening here in Queensland. Unfortunately, you've got to feed the family every now and then, otherwise they get a little bit antsy, you know. Anyway, I have sanded this. It's still got texture, but it's not as bumpy or sharp. And I love how sanding the page looks. So I've done both sides. So now we're ready to cut our window, because I can always add colour to it later and do bits and pieces. But right now I just want to cut the window. So I've already pre-cut a template out. I did that yesterday. So I've just got to figure out, you know, let me grab my microfilm and decide how I want that. I want it probably about there. Yeah. That's about right there. So if I cut that out now, let me just put that on the back without moving it. Let me grab a pen. I know I've got a Sharpie here somewhere. They're very... Oh, come on, Rayleigh, get it together. Now, what's this? What's this? What's this? There we go. This will do. Alright, I'll take the lid off that. So I want to bring it in about there. And about there. Same with here. I hope you can see. I should have had all this pre-done. Sorry guys, but it is what it is. And there. And I might actually bring this in a little bit as well, probably to about there. So if I cut that much off, we should be fine. Sorry if I don't make any sense, but I know what I'm talking about. Kind of. Alright, so let's put this down here on this cutting mat while I find a ruler. I don't know. I wish I would learn to put things back as soon as I use them, because that would be awesome. But unfortunately, this is me we're talking about, which means that this will do. I found one. All right. So if we line that up with this mark here for now, line that up to there and there, chop that off. Need to change my blade. Oh, I think I chopped that. Oh, seriously, really. Let me line that up with that. All right. So that lines up with this side. Yep, we're good to go. We're good to go. All right. So we chop this down that line. And now we just have this one to go. I might just use... okay, keep that bit straight. Okay, I'm muttering. See, I'm muttering to myself. Sorry, guys. Alright. Doesn't have to be perfect. I don't even know why I'm bothering to be perfect, to be honest. Normally I just go for it. See, moved it. Now it's crooked. All that time and effort for nothing. Alright. Let's move those out of the road. Rightio. So we've cut that. Let me see if it fits in here better. Wrong way. Oh, see, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Alright, let's try again. Let's try again. Alright, bear with me. See, like I said, I should have had all this pre-organized. Anyway, there. Now, let's mark it properly. I need it this far in, level with that. There we go. And probably level with in the middle of that one. Alright. Take two. We cut our microfilm to the size that we want in our window. And we cut it off. Alright, that one's gone. And that one's gone. There we go. Now, then we line it up and see if that's where we want it. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So this is the way we want it cut. So I don't have a little cutting mat, so I'll just use this cutting board. Let me try and prop this up with something. Maybe a couple of Wonder Stress ink. Yeah, that will do. All right. So I would like to have it. That's maybe in the middle. I was thinking down the bottom, but I think smack dab in the middle, which I'm sure it is. All right. Let's draw our windows. And cut these out. Now, if you don't want to watch this boring bit, just fast forward. The button's down the bottom there somewhere. All right. Now, wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. Now, let me go down. It's a good thing I actually cooked dinner first because everything's really dry on here. So that's a good thing. Otherwise, we'd have mess everywhere. All right, getting there. Hopefully it's gone through 2 sheets of junk mail. A bit of luck it has. Alright, we're on the home stretch. I'm pushing fairly hard, so that's why I'm grunting and groaning. Alright, so there. I'll cut this end out. Ugh. There we go. If we haven't gone through, it's all good. We'll get there. Oh, that was really straight. What's a handmade piece if it's not perfectly straight, hey? Alright, a little bit more. There we go. And we'll keep these bits because they can be used for other projects. Let's put a nice little backing on them and you have nice little embellishments on things. What am I doing? Oh, I missed one. Look at that. I'm glad I checked. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That one more to go. And I think I missed the top of that one too. There we go. I did get the side, didn't I? Oh. Wow. Alright, so that's that, and there we go. That's that. So I'll put this up. I don't need that anymore. Alright, there is our window. I'm very excited. So we glue that in there, like, tell me if it's straight, guys. You can see it better than me. You're up there. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but having it look good is pretty important. There we go. I reckon about there. So what I will do is grab my handy dandy Fabri-Tac. I'm pretty sure this will work. If not, we'll soon find out. So I don't really have any tacky glue, and wood glue takes forever to dry. So I've got to use something. So fabric glue it is. Alright. Soon find out whether it has a reaction with this and melts. That'd be interesting. Alright. So about there. Is that where we have it? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Love that. Bit there. Oh, don't melt, don't melt it, don't melt it, don't melt it. I think it's having a reaction with it. There's any cloth and a bit of water. Quick, quick, quick. Need some water, guys. So don't want it to eat through the plastic. Got a water bottle here. It's a water bottle. All right, let's see. That will do. It's just that little bit there. It's not noticeable. All right. Now let's move on to the next step of gluing this together. So Mod Podge to the rescue. Paintbrush. All right, let's do it. So I don't have much to chat about, guys. I'm focusing. I'm enjoying just sitting here playing and sharing with you guys. Enjoy that. But we don't have to talk all the time, right? What did I just do? I think I just Mod Podged me heat gun. Good job. All right. It's drying pretty quick, so I better get a wriggle on. Through there. All right. I'm just going to put a little bit on that, just to have it stick. See if the Mod Podge will work. To have it stick on this side as well. Just a light coat. I don't want it oozing through the window. Says me who puts a big blob right there. All right. So I'm just doing this edge here, guys. So bear with me. It's sort of off camera. Where are we? There. Just that edge there. All right, let's do it. So let's close our book. Push that down. And I'll just rest that up there on my laptop. That might be better. There we go. I'm loving this, guys. Loving it a lot. Now for this side, I should have put a bit of Fabri-Tac there, but that's okay. We can live with that. It'll dry stiff, I hope. It's starting to bubble. I might have to get in there with the Fabri-Tac. All right. So there we go, guys. Two pages done. So that's what we've ended up with. So I will go through it a bit later on. And what do I do with my crayons? See, put things back where you find them. And things would be great. All right, found them. My black. Gotta have the black. Now, let me dispose of this Mod Podge before I get a hard skin on the top. So I won't be needing that for a little bit. So I'll put that over here. That will give us more room here. And I'm just going to go around the edges just to break up the page a little bit, so we can think about what we're going to add, what we're going to put, because I think that might be tomorrow's video. I will come back on and decorate the page. That will be fun. I think this would have to be my favourite thing to do lately. Go around things with black and just get grotty. Just, I don't know. It's very mind focusing, if that makes sense. Mind needs focus. Tell you what, great texture, guys. Really, really nice texture. So I hope you give it a go. Drag out your texture paste and your stencils. You don't have to use these microfilms. You can, when I use a bit of plastic packaging, anything like that, even a bit of vellum, or just, yeah, anything like that will work. Just experiment with what you have. Because you know me, I don't go and buy anything special. I just use what I've got lying around, like junk mail, and turn it into something amazing. Well, I would like to think that, you know, this is amazing. I think it's pretty spectacular. All right. So there's that page done. We've just added a little bit of grunge to it. We shall do the same to this side. And then tomorrow, otherwise this video is going to be like hours long. Tomorrow I will come back and put some embellishments on it, some pictures. I don't know, see what I can think up between now and tomorrow. I have an idea with what I want to do. It's just putting it into practice, isn't it? So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, as much as I've had fun making it between camera takes and, you know, things not going smoothly, drying time, etc, etc. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, give me a thumbs up or not. It doesn't bother me. But thanks for watching, guys. Just, yeah, grab your stuff and just do it. Just do it. Because that's what I'm doing. And I'm loving every second of it. You can use any colour you want around the windows. Doesn't have to be black. Can be pink. Can be, multiple colours. Can be anything you want it to be. It's your art. It's your imagination. So there you go, guys. That's another section of this art book done. Sort of. Like I said, I will come back tomorrow and put some embellishments and some other things on it. Just like I have with this, I'm still adding things. I'm putting swirls and I don't know, adding things. So yeah, and this one here, like I said, I was just mucking around. It was so noisy. I didn't know what to do, what to, you know, so I just played and that's what I come up with, and I don't know what I'm going to put on here yet, but it will come to me. But there's one background done. There's one we shared together today. Thanks for watching, guys. Give your loved ones a hug. They're precious, and I shall catch us all tomorrow. Bye for now.